Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of Claw Season 3, Episode 2. My Happily Ever After review will be out today, and also my 90 Day Fiance, what's it called? The Other Way. They both 90 Day. All of my 90 Day Fiancés will be out today, okay? Or today leading into tomorrow morning, whatever. Whatever time I come back, whatever time I get to do everything, okay? They will be out today or early in the morning, okay? Next week I will be back on track. So, this week, basically tomorrow I'll be back on track because my Married at First Sight review will be out, and all of my reviews will be up to date, which means I'll now have a schedule. All of my reviews will be the day after, 2 days after they air. And my earrings will be back July 1st on my website. I'll let you all know when that happens. And also, I will start my new series July 1st. The Awkwardly Acceptable podcast will be back tomorrow. Okay? We see Desna and the girls, her crew. I'm sorry. They go back to their original spot, the nail shop. They got it back at an auction because, it got seized after all that drug stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how Desna was able to buy it back. I know she ain't have no charges on her or nothing, but Desna says that since she doesn't trust Mac and Melba, she needs someone to be at the casino at all times. Desna says she wants to run that shit. She wants to be the casino lady. And now I feel like the first season, you was into this shit. Second season, you was into this shit. Third season, I mean, I know it's a story, and everything, but Desna is becoming the villain. I'm sorry. I know that sounds crazy, but from the first season to now, nah, Desna a whole new woman. Uncle Daddy comes in. He wants to have the license so he can run the clinic and money launder. Desna is like, is 1,000 a month to get the clinic, to get the license to open up another clinic, or 2,000 a month or something, and then 3,500 a month if you want to money launder through here. So Toby came in with her, and well, we already know that Toby is the bad guy, but like I can already see Toby getting his panties up in a bunch. Clay and I kept calling that nigga Clint the first episode. Clay and Toby leave when Roller is coming in, and he like, "What's up, bro? How are you?" And Roller's like, "Don't talk to me, bro, until you tell me what happened to you. My parents don't talk to me." And Toby is like, "You should really respect him. He's done a lot for you." And Roller's like, "Keep your bitch in check." Well, clearly he can't keep his bitch in check, okay? You going around riding on motorcycles trying to kill people. Who knew that Toby would be that bitch? Who knew? Next, we see Desna and the girls. They all go to the casino so they can find jobs. Polly is going to work with the general manager. Anne is going to be security. Jen is going to work in concierge, and Virginia is actually going to stay back at the nail salon and run the nails. The Mac and Melba, I call them the casino couple. The casino couple are not pleased to see Desna and her array of girls, so they decide to keep her busy with as many menial tasks as possible so she won't figure out what's really going on. Desna goes into this office. She has this big old office with a whole bunch of cameras and everything, able to see everything. So she sees these Mormon men come into the casino, and also calls her on the phone and is like, "Hey, I see these Mormon people. They over talking to Mac and Melba." So she goes downstairs, and Desna's playing a dangerous game. She goes downstairs to introduce herself, and in the midst of that, a fight breaks out with the muscle ladies because they're having a bodybuilding competition. Virginia calls her to let her know that the alarm is going off, and she's like, "I can't handle this. I'm trying to meet these Mormon people." But in the midst of everything going on, she is unable to meet the Mormon people and, follow them and track them and everything. Next, we see Jen's baby father. His name is EJ. He got out of prison, and Jen doesn't want to have anything to do with him. He's like, "I want to see my daughter. I want to know who my daughter is." The daughter has never seen him or met him or whatever. As Jen is walking in the shop, Toby is in there, and Toby want to get his nails done. I think Toby asked, like, what can he help with or something, and Dean was like, "You can help me find the person who shot my fiance." You see Toby looking like, Desna tells him that nobody is after us, everything is fine, we're gonna be cool, while Toby looking over there like, "Girl, Whoo, you got a snake in the grass. You got a snake in the grass. I'm just really shocked because I really thought that Toby was a rider. I mean, I guess he is a rider for Clay. Wow. In more ways than one. In the next scene, we see Polly. Polly is going through the general manager's stuff when he comes in and he catches her. And then they start to talk when he says that Mac and Melba saved his life and he, did a lot of petty crimes when he was younger. But petty crimes actually are felonies. And I guess this turned Polly on, so she wanted to know more about the man. So we see Virginia. Virginia is outside of the shop, at that little seafood place that they be going to. And Clay is there. And Clay is like distraught about something. So, Virginia didn't open up her third eye. So she like, Clay, I know something is wrong. You need to let it out. You need to talk about it. So Clay decides that he is going to sit Bryce and Roller down and tell them what happened to their parents. And he starts to cry and he's just like, I see the light. I see what I need to do. Like, okay, whatever. I don't believe nothing that Uncle Daddy got to say because clearly you riding with Toby. You ain't riding with us. You're riding with Toby. So Desna snaps a picture of the Mormon people before they left. I forgot to say that. She snapped a picture of the Mormon people before they left and she sent it to the casino accountant, that black lady in the first episode. I can't remember her name. And the accountant tells them that is like a part of some account that they wire money to, and they got like a shitload of money in there, and the account is labeled Trip. So now they're trying to figure out what Trippy is, who Trippy is, what is this about. And she also told the accountant also told Desna that they are trying to keep her busy so she won't be in their business. So they are all in the shop because I think the accountant came to the shop. They're all in the shop and Virginia's like, Jen, something is wrong. Tell me what's going on. So Jen says that she's scared that she's not giving her black daughter everything that she needs. And she's scared that, being around her black side of the family is going to open something up to her and she's going to want to stay with them. But Virginia is, I guess, the advice giver. Virginia tells Desna to go talk to Mac and Melba to find out, about the whole Trip situation. And she also tells Jen to go talk to EJ to see what they can do to settle this whole custody battle. Even though it's not a battle because you just got out of prison. But whatever. So we see Roller. Roller is going into the Masonic temple, wherever Uncle Daddy is, and Bryce set it up. Roller don't want to talk to him, but Uncle Daddy sits them down and he tells them what exactly happened between their parents and him. Basically, I guess Roller and Bryce are brothers. I thought they were cousins. Roller and Bryce's father used to beat their mother real bad, and the mother came to Uncle Daddy for some help, but he said he didn't help because back in the day, how a man ran his household was his business. So the day that their mother died, she came over to Clay's house and asked Clay to take the kids or to take her in or both. And Clay drove them back to the abuser's house. He then beat their mother to death. Clay found out about it. Clay went over there and shot his brother, because he felt guilty. Roller says, you just trying to make up this story. Bryce is like, no, I remember this. I remember he used to make me hold his teeth while he beat her with the VCR. What the Roller says, fuck all this shit. Since you didn't want to tell me this beforehand, you're dead to me. You're done, son. That's what he said. He said, you're done. And he walked out. So Roller and Uncle Daddy, they used to be this, and now they this. Roller comes to the casino to see Desna. Polly is in there talking. Polly is like, Ken keeps blowing up my phone. I'm really not trying to see him, but I'm going to just go have dinner with him to lay it all on the table, okay? So Roller comes in, and Roller is trying to have sex with Desna, and Desna's like, bro, I'm not really trying to do this right now. Just talk to me, tell me what's going on. And he like, I'm not trying to tell you what's going on. I'm just trying to have sex. So while Jen and Melba are at the concierge, a lady named Penelope comes up, and she's like, the coastal room is booked. And Melba is like, yeah, it's booked, and you're not getting it. Boom, boom. Penelope is like, bro, I guess it must have been a mistake. You don't want me to call Trip, right? So she like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me get all this shit together. She do a little typing and wiping, and then she takes Penelope to her room. So Jen calls Desna to let her know that Trip is not a Trip. Trip is a person. Desna comes down. Penelope is on the phone talking to Trip, I guess. Basically, Penelope is pregnant with Trip's child. Trip is a married man with children, and so he don't want to deal with her. Desna is like, hey, do you need something? And Penelope is like, look, tell your partners that fixing the contest is not enough. I want $500,000 or I'm going to talk, okay? Mac and Melba come up behind them, and so Mac is like, look, since you so involved and you want to be involved with the bodybuilders, you can be the mistress of ceremony. Desna accepts the job, and we see Ken and Polly. Ken and Polly are at dinner. Polly comes in and she has her deep voice on, and she's talking, and she says, you know, Ken, I realize that I pretend to be different people so I don't have to face situations. And Ken is like, you're doing it now. And she like, yes, yes, I know I'm doing it now because I don't want to face this situation. And he's like, what situation do you not want to face? What? And he's like, I know you love me. I love you, blah, blah, blah. And she like, look, bro, I don't want to be with you. And he like, but we can make it work. We can make it work. And she like, do you want me to tell you I don't love you? I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And she gets up and she walks away and she says, sorry, bro. I'm not saying that Dr. Ken strikes me as somebody who will go on a rampage and kill everyone, but Dr. Ken strikes me as someone who would commit mass murder. We then see Jen. Jen is going to meet EJ. EJ is like, I want to see my daughter. I want to know my daughter. She's like, okay, yes, I'm going to let you know your daughter. You have a right. We can start like monthly visits and then easing in to that and whatever. And he's like, that's not what the law says. I'm entitled to joint custody, blah, blah, blah. And she like, joint custody? Like, what are you talking about? He like, you can't allow me to not see my child. And I was so confused because I could have sworn she just opened up her mouth and said, you can see the child. So he's like, I'm gonna go to the court, basically. How you done just got out of prison and gonna tell me you gonna go to the court? You better sit your felonious ass down. Okay? Felonious. You better sit your felonious ass down, nigga. What the We see Desna. Desna goes to talk to the pregnant bodybuilder, but in the midst, she is stopped by this little man who keep telling her everything that's going on in the casino. She's also getting interrupted by Virginia. So she's like, y'all, I can't talk to neither one of y'all. I'm trying to talk to this woman. By the time she turn around, the woman is gone. I think she's in her office and she sees that Mac and Melba are talking to somebody. She gets a lady to read their lips, and she finds out that they are going to kill Penelope since Penelope never cashed that check and was basically still out trying to make a problem. So we see Polly. Polly is again snooping in the general manager's things. She's caught again. He says, are you trying to find the gold mine? He opens up this safe. He has a prehistoric strap on. Then they start talking about the story of Bambi, and both of them are not here altogether. Okay, that's all that I can say. But in the midst of this, she does see a picture that was addressed to the general manager. I think his name is Matt, but I'm not sure. And it says, thanks for the memories, signed by Trip. So she finds out who Trip is. We see Jen and Bryce. They are going to go talk to EJ. And Jen asks Bryce to calm down, just talk to him, don't do nothing crazy, don't do nothing. So EJ started mouthing off like, you Captain Save a Hole, blah, 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 this, that. Your family is a piece of trash. Bryce then swings, misses, he hits him. Then they start to fight. Then I don't know if this was a setup to get him to fight, because then EJ is like, well, now I can go get sole custody. Ha 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 ha. And I'm like, can you get sole custody? Like, you don't even know this girl. This girl don't even know you. She like, Anyway, whatever. Holly tells Desna that Trip is actually the governor, and basically it all connects to Dot. He is money laundering through the casino. Ann's brother is running against him, and Penelope, the bodybuilder is pregnant by him, and they're gonna kill her because she trying to talk. Desna, does the master of ceremonies or mistress of ceremonies. Is it mistress? Desna does the master of ceremonies, and in the end, she calls Penelope as the winner. Penelope is not there. When she was in the back, she told Penelope the only way that you gonna make it out of here is if you let me help you. So in the midst of this, Quiet Ann took Penelope to her auntie's house, which was making me mad because I'm like, bro, y'all should have flew this girl. She should have got flued out, but she wasn't flued out. Okay, so I guess Mac and Melba didn't know what happened to Penelope, but they weren't the happiest with Desna. Desna is, feeling really proud of herself. Roller comes to talk to her at the nail salon and tells her that, he wants to be with her. He loves her. He not trying to play no games. He really about this. She like, well, if you about it, you need to prove it. She tells her girls that they are going to run Florida. And in the midst of this, in the midst of all of this, she finds out that the mayor is actually he's not money laundering, I'm sorry. Desna finds out that the mayor is actually taking bribes for a special project or something that he's trying to do. And Penelope at her aunt's house, talking about, hey, auntie, we should go here. Hey, auntie, we should go there. Homeboy, general manager, is waiting at the table for her, talking about, let's just talk. Next thing you see, homegirl stabbed up on the floor, dead. Okay. So next time, let's fly people to a different location so they don't die. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Could have took that girl to Georgia. Really, honestly, but no, she in Florida and now she dead. But that's the end of this review. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but I kind of can't remember everything, but I'm still here, y'all. So if you all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Everything you need to know about me will be in the bottom bar below. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.